As we come on air here at 6 a.m., we are tracking breaking news that the entire world is following this morning. This is a live picture from the Vatican where they just announced 3 hours ago Pope Francis has died. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Hackett alongside Alicia Lewis.
Yeah, like we said, we've been tracking this breaking news for the past several hours now. We have team coverage this morning. Our Audrey Russo's live at the Basilica of St. Mary in Minneapolis, where parishioners will gather in less than an hour for Mass. But first, let's get to Michelle back at the live desk with new details coming into the newsroom. Michelle.
Well, guys, bells rang across Rome after the news of his death was read aloud about 3 hours ago. Here is the online announcement from Vatican City that Francis has returned to the house of the Father. His entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and of his church. Just 24 hours ago on Easter Sunday, Francis blessed thousands of people in St. Peter's Square. We know in February, doctors diagnosed him with bilateral pneumonia. Francis suffered from chronic lung disease across his 88 years of life. He spent the last 12 years as head of the Catholic Church, rattling the conservatives within it. The first Latin American pontiff was known for his humility and for his care of the poor. A couple things I am watching for this morning. Any statements from the Archdiocese of St. Paul in Minneapolis. I'm scrolling through X. I've been scrolling all morning long. I'm also learning this. Also plans for the funeral mass. The Vatican simply said it has yet to be announced right now. But as of just a few minutes ago, CNN is reporting this, that Pope Francis will be the first pope in more than a century to be buried outside the Vatican. Instead of St. Peter's Basilica, he'll be buried right here, Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore. Jason.
All right, Michelle, thank you for that information. Of course, the impact of the Pope's death will be felt around the world. Audrey Russo's live at the Basilica of St. Mary in Minneapolis as news of the Pope's death hits the Twin Cities. Audrey.
Yeah, Jason, the normal weekday mass begins at 7 o'clock here. It's about an hour away. And normally this is just a standard everyday weekday mass, but obviously now things are much different as this is far from a normal day. I've actually reached out to the Basilica of St. Mary over email and over text for more information on exactly how they plan to memorialize Pope Francis. Now, ever since he fell ill back in February, they've been encouraging parishioners to privately pray the rosary for the Pope. They've also worked in some prayers of healing for the Pope into their regular masses. And over the last 2 months, we've spoken to local Catholics about different times that they met the Pope, reflecting on what those experiences were like. Many of them remarked on his humility and his ability to connect with people from all backgrounds.
You know the beautiful part of the Pope? He doesn't judge anybody, he loves people. You know, when we judge people in this world, then we can't love them. And I think I felt that from the Pope.
Now, of course, this is coming right after Easter Sunday, a very busy time for Catholics, and now there's really no period of decompression. It's moving right into a new time of questions. Who will the next Pope be? What direction, philosophically, will the next Pope take? Those are all a lot of questions that Catholics will be asking in the next couple of weeks. But for now, Jason, Alicia, I'll send things back to you.
As you mentioned, a lot of questions to be answered here. Audrey, thank you. And as Catholics around the world mourn the death of Pope Francis, the Vatican is preparing for what comes next. The process of selecting a new pope begins when conclave is convened between 15 and 20 days after Francis's passing. Conclave can last up to 13 days, and the new pontiff will be installed less than a week after he is elected. It's a fascinating process. Hasn't happened since 2013,
right,
when Francis was elected as Pope. So we're going to see that unfold and play out here around the world.
And of course, so many people, and especially our viewers, waking up shocked this morning to hear this news. Especially, we all know he had that double bout of severe pneumonia, but he was starting to seemingly improve. But of course, busy week, the busiest week in the Catholic faith, the Holy Week, and then of course wrapping up today with the day off for folks over in Italy, Easter Monday there.
Yeah, the fact that he was able to muster up enough strength yesterday to deliver his message, meet with the vice president, it's to look at that yesterday and look at where we are this morning. Bit of a shock, I'm sure, for a lot of folks.
Significant week for sure. We, of course, are continuing to follow the very latest with this story, both on air and on KARE 11 Plus, our streaming app for your television. You can download it on your TV and watch for free.
Well, another big story that we are tracking right now is the rain overnight causing wet roads as you get ready to leave the house. We're taking a live look from Mobile 11 right now, driving around the metro this morning. You see the rain there on the windshield. Let's get out to John in the backyard. And John, this is going to wrap up here in the next couple of hours, right?
Oh yeah, it'll be done in a couple of hours. It's almost done right now in the backyard. We're at sprinkles now. Things have been winding down, but it was raining pretty good overnight, and we'll talk about accumulations in my next weather. But we got 39 degrees. It's a little chilly out here with that north wind, and we got light rain. So grab your umbrellas, grab your jackets, but don't dress too cool. Like, don't act like it's chilly all day. It's gonna be a really nice end of the day. Just gotta get through this morning. And of course you see the snow, so we'll talk about that too. But right now, just dealing with some light rain. One last little batch here that's rolling into Hudson there. You can see East Metro 35, 35E. Again, a little bit of rain going up towards Forest Lake. West Metro here in the backyard, not a whole lot. And I kind of expect that to continue, just winding down here. Well, there's Duluth, pulling a Duluth. What happened is Lake Superior, we talk about how cold Lake Superior is. Well, you put a bunch of rain on it at this time of the year, Lake Superior drops temperature and it just starts snowing. It's kind of remarkable what's going on, and you can actually see the low starting to lift. You see how watch the rain go over Lake Superior, all rain, and then snow. Why does it do that? Well, in April, the temperature of the lake is very cold. It's in the 30s. It takes a very long time to warm that body of water. So maybe until like late June, July, you get some impacts, not necessarily snow, but you can definitely get snow through mid-May, like you're seeing this morning here. We have wind speeds at 15 miles per hour, close to the low, obvious low right there in central Wisconsin. Look what happens when you get away from it. We're gonna see calm conditions. This morning, waking up to upper 30s, low 40s. Bemidji, you guys didn't see a lot of rain. In fact, it was partly cloudy overnight and you dropped to 28. So let's time this out. There's the snow up towards Hayward and Duluth, no accumulation or anything like that. This is 7:50, 8 o'clock, already winding down, and the sun breaks out here by noon, and then it's just straight sunshine. Today is a great end of the day. I mean, we're not talking partly cloudy, we're talking sun. 62, what I like about today is it's windy now. We're going to end the day with a light wind. That doesn't happen that often, but we're exiting at that low. So you'll see temperatures warming. Look at Marshall today, a gem, 69. Grand Marais, again, still Grand Marais, 43. Totally different from the southwest part of the state to the northeast part of our state. Next 3 days here, another passing shower possible tomorrow right around 7, 8 o'clock. We'll watch that, but again, most of that day is really nice Tuesday. Wednesday is another good one. Thursday would be our better chance for some showers. I don't really see heavy rain on the 7-day forecast, maybe until next Sunday or Monday. But again, Friday, Saturday, looking great. We did have that accident out there, Cece, but you got an update.
Yes, I do have an update. I was tracking a crash in Richfield, 35W northbound between Lindale Avenue and 60th Street, so just north of Highway 62. A couple of lanes were blocked. Now that crash is cleared as of a few minutes ago, so that is good news, especially since traffic was crawling to a standstill as you headed toward downtown Minneapolis. Now we're seeing that everything is looking fine in that area. I was telling you guys to take a detour if you hadn't left out the door yet. Take Highway 100 to 394 to get to downtown Minneapolis, but now you definitely won't need to do that, or even at extra time you can stay on 35W. Bigger map looking really great this morning. That's the only crash I'm seeing. I am seeing a stalled vehicle on 94. I'll pull that up if that is still an issue, and also talk about some more road work that's happening starting this morning when I see you over this next half hour.